everyone, Jeff the Regular here on November 4th of 2022, and we are at the Garden of Gods today for this vlog. So but before we go to Garden of the Gods, we are going to go check out the Nature Center and see exactly what is happening in there. I stepped foot in there just a few minutes to kind of see what was going on, get my bearings, and just kind of see what I needed to show and what I didn't really need to show before we actually step foot down there in Garden of the Gods. Let's go. As we make our way inside of the Nature Center / Visitor Center, if you can't tell, my lips are a little numb. The brisk winter has hit us here in Colorado Springs. I got a sweatshirt on underneath one of my ski jackets, and it's feeling good. I get to go skiing / snowboarding soon, but it is sunny and it is actually very busy here at this visitor center. Not as busy as I thought it was going to be. Let's go ahead and step foot inside.
This is the final call.
He's welcoming me in. And as we walk in the Nature Center, it looks like we are greeted by a dinosaur of all things. Looks like there was a brand new dinosaur species discovered in 1878 by James Hutchison Kerr. Interesting. What's up, dude? It also looks like this side of the room rocks. Looks like we have different kind of rock and sandstone, limestone, dolomite, some more sandstone, conglomerate, and granite. Yes, I did pass 6th grade science class. And we also have numerous amount of mountains, but it looks like Pikes Peak is the most visited mountain in Colorado, which makes sense. Moving into the next room, it looks like it's going to focus on the animals, creatures, critters that are in the area, along with the people and the people's history as well. Looks like we have some tracks. Looks like a bear, hooved animal, etc. All found on this wall. As we go farther down, it looks like we're going to have a gift shop, an information desk, and then also a small little model of Garden of the Gods as well. And a coffee shop, just in case you need that extra caffeine for the hike that you're about to partake in. And as we step outside, look at the view of Garden of the Gods. Welcoming me again. As I made my way downstairs, I actually don't plan on going into the theater. I don't want to go too in depth. Every time I record, he's just welcoming me in. I feel like I'm obligated to go, but I'm just not going to. However, I did just want to get a little bit of downstairs. It looks like they're going to offer a theater show. I got some buffalo behind me as well. Looks like they're going to offer a theater show, and you can also do another experience, which I guess I can just show you down the hall real quick. We have a small little waiting area with different time periods, it looks like, involving the Garden of the Gods. And it looks like that's where we're going to enter the theater right there. Not going to go in, but we can. This is also what I was going to talk about. 20 minutes until the next flight that it'll launch with, but it'll travel through 1 billion years in less than 15 minutes, plunge deep into boiling hot magma, see dinosaurs, ancient sea monsters, and etc. Looks like this is our pilot, but we're going to save that for another time. I'll go ahead and take a sneak peek in here real quick. There's that theater. But if you want me to go more in depth here at the Nature Center at Garden of the Gods, let me know. Comment, definitely let me know if I need to come back. But that's all I'm really going to do in depth when it comes to the Nature Center. Now, time to go to the rocks. I went ahead and drove my car down to a new parking lot, which is going to be closer to what we're excited to see here on the vlog. But I went ahead and let the masses walk a little bit farther forward. That way I didn't disrupt the piece. and I didn't have to necessarily raise my voice to talk over anybody and possibly take away any time from any of the families and whatnot. But enough of talking about that and trying to persuade everybody that I'm a nice guy. I'm just a nice guy. If you don't believe me, I'm sorry. But however, some interesting facts about Garden of the Gods is it's free. So unlike Pikes Peak or any other thing that you're going to find around the Colorado Springs area, it is a free public park. They made it that way. They want people to come here. They want people to see it. They want people to witness it and all this stuff. So that's actually really cool. First fact that I'm going to give to you. A second fact as well about Garden of the Gods is it was actually named after a beer garden in 1859. I don't remember the two gentlemen's names, but they basically had a conversation how Garden of the Gods would be a great place for the gods to assemble and drink beer. Hiking, biking, horseback riding, and exploring are all welcomed as well when it comes to the Garden of the Gods. The only thing is when you rock climb, you do need to sign a free waiver and basically register that you are taking precaution into your own hands and you're taking the safety into your own hands when it comes to the rock climbing. But other than that, you can hike, bike, horseback ride. I don't know exactly the facts about horseback riding. I feel like you might have to sign a waiver about that as well unless you own your own horse, or if they have some type of services that lend you a horse that you can pay and rent a horse out and go on possibly a Garden of the Gods tour. But other than that, with the rock climbing, as long as you have your own gear and sign that waiver, you're going to be able to rock climb. And what a great spot to do it. Probably cannot read it from here, and I can't zoom in on my GoPro camera, but it says Garden of the Gods, given to the city of Colorado Springs in 1909 by the children of Charles Eliot Perkins in fulfillment of his wish that it be kept forever free to the public. So that's just also stating as well that they did want the Garden of the Gods free to the public, which I think is super cool. Especially being the most, well, Pikes Peak is the most visited mountain in Colorado. But this is also voted the best country, or not the best country. America is the greatest country, but I might be a little biased on that. But it is also the most visited and the best public park to come visit in the country. It's been voted on that many a times, it looks like. That was one of the interesting facts that you do see in the Nature/Visiting Center. It's also amazing as well because the Garden of the Gods history goes back more than 3,000 years, and it was a neutral ground for Native Americans. Even rival tribes would set down their weapons when walking through here in the Garden of the Gods. So that's also a little bit of a fun fact, very interesting fact, that people and natives and tribes were willing to put down their weapons and just find peace and neutrality in this area. And I am running out of breath. Colorado is kicking my butt right now with this elevation. And to even help myself being out of breath even more, we're gonna go ahead and take these stairs to a better look up top. But I also want to mention that there's 5 different ecosystems that converge at the Garden of the Gods, which is going to be cottonwood willow, prairie grassland, mountain shrub, pinyon juniper, and ponderosa pine. That is the majority of the facts that I found interesting, but I'm also my own person, and there's tons more to know and tons more to explore about the Gardens of the God, or the Garden of the Gods as well. However, I'm only here to pique your interest about the Garden of the Gods. I'm not here to show you the whole tour, because what would be the whole point of that? And seeing it in person is just a total different experience. When and if you ever visit Garden of the Gods as well, it's 1,367 acres. 1,367 acres that you can explore as well, because if you can see across right over there on that rock, I wish I could zoom in, but I sadly cannot. There's people over there on that rock. And if you pan over here as well, there's people on that rock too, which I was planning on getting a better view right over there. So I think I'm gonna head that way. I finally made it to the top, and now, although I've been up here at night a few times, I'm understanding what these people are standing up here so long for. Look at that view. There's just some things. I love the beach. I prefer the ocean. Mountains obviously come second to me. Or they do come second to me if you didn't know that. But it is a close second. Look at that view. It's crazy how immersed and how off-planet it almost feels walking through here in some of these areas. You get a little bit off the trail. Is this Mars? At least to my knowledge, this is the closest that you're going to be able to get to off-planet, or at least anything that I've ever experienced that it makes you feel like you were off-planet, and it almost puts you in an immersive just sense, especially when you're not on a trail like I am right now. But when you, like I just was a little bit off the trail, and you can go way farther off the trail in some of these areas. They don't like you to hike. My mouth's getting numb again. To hike too much off the trail, just for your safety, for obvious reasons. But I mean, it's just, I mean, like when I said, you know, is this Mars? It's because it just feels so off planet, and it just feels, you know, something like Star Wars. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. You know, it could be something that you'd find on Tatooine if it was just a little less green out here. I'll go ahead and shut up, Jeff, while you go ahead and take in some of the views here as we walk down the path. This is also what I was mentioning earlier right here. It says stop, climbing gear and permit required. If you're crazy enough to climb something like this, I'm definitely not. I've been skydiving. I don't feel like rock falling or taking the chance of rock falling. But I just wanted to show that sign real quick as well when it comes to rock climbing, if anybody is interested in doing that here at Garden of the Gods. All right, I think that is going to do it for today's vlog, covering just a little bit of Garden of the Gods, as we can see through my window here as I drive carefully, keeping my eyes on the road as much as possible. But just look at that view. And the lovely view through my cracked windshield that is weathered and old and needs to be replaced. You can also finally see, I was wanting to show you, but it was also just so cloudy. Of course, I'm just going through a bunch of trees, but you can see the top of Pikes Peak right there, way off in the distance. There we go, there's a good shot of it. I have made it back home, and I believe that is going to do it. Like I said earlier, that is going to be the vlog for today for Garden of the Gods. I actually feel pretty good that I can actually speak a little bit louder than what I was doing at Garden of the Gods, because I didn't want to disturb anybody's focus or disturb anybody's peace of mind when looking at the natural features. However, hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. I definitely need more growth on my channel. Definitely would love to go full time with this. But if you like the video, please like it. Hit that notification bell as well so you get notified. I try to post my vlogs on Fridays, try to post my podcasts on Mondays. But Well, as of right now, I can only do once a week. I'm a busy individual with my job and then just other things going on in Colorado, trying to learn more about Colorado and have free time with my friends as well. But yeah, if you liked the video, make sure you like it. And please sub. The vlog is now over.